You're watching Garage TV, that unexplainable passion for motoring. Garage TV HD.
This right here is a 2013 Grand Cherokee SRT8. And all I can say about it is, well, Germans, beware. Thankfully for 2013, they fixed the front end. It's actually meaner, and I like that. It's also blackened out. That's actually kind of nice. They also put this hood scoops, which actually help the car have more downforce, which helps it quite a bit on the track. This being an SRT8, street racing technology, it's actually one of the best. And it has a specially built four-wheel drive for it. And what's a four-wheel drive without the tires? Also, so you can see from the entire side, it is still the same vehicle, but there are little tiny changes, such as the door mirrors, so you can see the lights all over here, and the fact that it's not huge, just flared wheel arches, and that's pretty much it. It's still a four-wheel drive, but it's more for the track. You can drive it in snow. I wouldn't recommend it. It's too much fun to take it there. This is a Cherokee's 20-inch rim. It's huge, but that's not just all, because when you have a lot of power, you need braking force. That's why they use Brembo's brakes. They're about 15 inches over there, 6 pistons, and they actually stop you like a bat out of hell. Because the thing about them are that they're not just huge, but there's a lot of grip over here. Let me demonstrate. So you can see those tires, they're pretty huge, and to stop that you need a lot of force. So those Brembo brakes do the job. They're air-cooled, they work very well, and for this 2-ton beast, they do the job. This is where the SRT comes in, because they don't just make great cars, they make great engines. Back in 2010, you got a 6.1 producing 425 horsepower. Nowadays, you get a 6.4 liter producing 470 horsepower and 465 foot-pounds of torque. That's a big engine. So what's it connected to? Well, a 5-speed gearbox, because you don't need more than that. When you got a lot of power, the more you can stay on the gears, the better. That way you don't lose all the momentum. Also, as you can see, the air intake isn't all that big, but that's not a big issue because with that massive engine, you're sucking air through all the places. There's another thing. To keep this huge beast on the road doing 170 miles an hour, you have these little vents right here. That gets air from in here to pass through there. That way the car is pushed down at speeds. So that's not a bad idea. And as you can see, that engine takes a lot of space, but it hasn't affected anything on the inside. So it's still going to be a great car to drive every single day. There's satellite navigation for your needs and stuff like that. There's also, XM radio, FM radio, AM radio, pretty much. There's pretty much everything you really need. And something I really do like is the fact that they put these sports feel stuff all over here, like carbon fiber all over the car, this racing steering wheel. It's sort of like a Mercedes steering wheel. I mean, you actually want to grip it. It's not bad. And the car now has a feel. Now once you use the wheel, once you turn it, once you give it a little bit of a go, and you're taking a turn at some speed, you know what the front tires are doing. That's not bad. Actually, I quite like that. And just in case you switch it to track mode, you can just play around with these little paddles down here. Actually, let's try it out since I'm coming up to a stop sign. Yeah. It's not bad for a heavy truck. There's also air conditioning in the back. There's a lot of space in the back, actually. You can sit 5 people very comfortably in here. That is if you don't have it in track mode, because it's kind of hard in track mode and they'll be throwing up in here. Aside from that, brilliant car. I absolutely love it. And the power. I mean, being an SUV, yes, you don't get sort of pushed back into your seat like you would do in a car, but you do get that. You get the push back into the seat. You do get the feeling of the front lifting up. And that's pretty awesome. Also, so you can see from in here, there's a lot of buttons in the steering wheel. And the thing on the right side of the steering wheel is that you can actually press a button and this car will use some radar stuff, like frequency, to read how fast the car in front of you is going and stay at the same speed he's going. If he accelerates, you accelerate. If he slows down, you slow down, without you having to do absolutely a single thing aside from turn the wheel. That's great, and I mean, to be honest, that's something that the Germans have created probably back in 2002. Actually quite surprised that it's allowed in America nowadays. It's actually very good. The feel of the interior is actually quite well. It's not German, it's American made. But someone put some German common sense in here because everything feels good, even the steering wheel. And let's just say you're in the snow, like, you know, right here it says snow. You go to the snow and you're getting a bit chilly. Press this button right here and it heats up the steering wheel for you. And you know what? For 70 grand, you're getting the bargain of the century, honestly, because if you know about BMW and Germans and stuff like that, they cost well over that. Well, let me just say, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. I know I am.
You're watching Garage TV, that unexplainable passion for motoring. Garage TV HD.